He was so intelligent, he was so smart. You know what? At the point that he's not ladies and he represented right?
I know I said don't do it. I'll stop pushing and have a master degree. We're not talking about that.
Hello, you're welcome to another show of the RAHWLadies, where we talk about everything and anything. You're welcome to today's show. Today we have something very, very important that we want to talk about. And this thing has so much affected our society, and we really feel that it's something we should talk about. Monica?
Yes, we're going to be talking today about bullying in school, in your life, in, whatever environment that you're in. We've seen so much children committing suicide, not going to school, feeling, it's so embarrassing these days when we see things like that, because me growing up, there was no child that was not bullied or teased. Yep. All the difference when we do growing up is that we fight back.
Yes.
I think now we all go home and tell our parents. I think the world has changed.
Exactly. So how do you look at it in that light, Blessing?
Well, I look at it this way that, it depends on the culture too. Some people take it from a different perspective and look at it on a different way. Maybe in the culture that we live in right now, they look at it differently. But the culture that I grew up in is just like a part of growing up.
Yes.
Yeah, I think... ladies, I think let's talk about, the teasing and bullying. Are they really the same thing?
Yes.
Because I remember growing up, when you tease me, I tease you back.
Yeah.
And if I can't tease you back, I find a way to fight back. It's all about being strong for yourself, standing up for yourself. And if you can't stand up for yourself, it's good to have a good relationship with your parents, with your teachers, and try to, tell your parents things that are weighing you down. Don't wait until it gets to you and drive you to the wall, to the extent of committing suicide. It is wrong.
I mean, what are they being teased
Today,
about?
so what we want to really stress, the points we're looking at today is teasing and bullying. Number one, they're the same thing.
Yes.
Now, number two,
Definitely.
the culture is playing a very big role in magnifying this word bullying. And now when these children come home and say, I'm being bullied, some of them get withdrawn into themselves. They feel less important. They feel that they are not good. So like my RAHWLadies are saying here, when we were growing up, like when I was growing up, I was teased. Your classmates, your friends in schools, your neighbors, sometimes they come to your face and tell you maybe you're too short or you're not beautiful. What do we do when they tell you that when we're growing up? I tease you back. But here in the society that we're living in, they don't do that. They come home and they feel less important, and it affects a lot of them. Like you were telling us a story about somebody who was teased when he was young. What happened to him?
Yes, I mean, I had a friend that was, he's a grown man now. I mean, he still remembers how he was teased when he was in the bus. A very big guy spat on him, going on, and he was a kid. I mean, that tarnished his life forever. What are the kind of bullying we're talking about? What are the kinds of teasing we're talking about? We should address the type that we're talking about, because personally I think it depends on each kid.
I think it is part of growing up. Whether they spat on you, whether they tell you you're short or you're green or you are not beautiful, don't allow it to weigh you down, because that doesn't really count for your tomorrow. You understand? It's part of growing up. If you don't grow up like that, experiencing these things, I think it's abnormal. So if somebody comes... Well, if my child comes home and say, Mama, somebody said I was short, I'm going to ask you, what did you tell him? If the person is tall, tell the person you're too tall. I remember this is a personal experience. Somebody told me one day, I'm telling you, I think sometime this year, somebody looked at me and said, oh, Lily, you're really gaining weight, you're fat. I looked at her and said, oh, God, you are so skinny. I feel like, ugh. And she was like,
for me, I think we should all, learn to teach the children to be confident in who they are.
Yes.
Whether you're black, white, Spanish, and anything, just learn to be strong within yourself. Tell yourself you're beautiful. Tell yourself you're strong. Be that confident.
Yes.
Don't let anyone, no matter who, talk you down or weigh you down. Stand up for yourself.
One thing we have to think about also is what are the things that we're being teased about, you know?
Yes.
I mean, I remember a kid, she's mixed, and there's another kid that's Chinese. And the kid that was mixed has, her hair is poofy and big, and the Chinese kid came up to her, should I say Chinese, she's Chinese or Asian, came up to her and asked her, why is your hair so poofy? And the kid went back and asked the little girl, why are your eyes so squinty? I mean, they're playing.
Exactly.
They're playing. Have a comeback.
Exactly. I
Sis,
believe
that
that.
sounds familiar.
For me, I believe that the parents, we need to educate our children and educate them from home and input that confidence in them, because low self-esteem really do bring out, put down in school and all that. When I was in school, I was bullied, but thank God I had my sister who would fight for me, and that kind of give me so much confidence. And when your parents input confidence in you, I tell you, it does a lot to your growing up.
It's true. It's true. It's
So
true.
what are we talking about? Telling parents to be part of your child's life, no matter what. Like the girl that says, the hair is puffy. You need to tell the girl, your eyes is too sleepy.
It's a true story.
I also had this experience of a friend's son, when they relocated to America, and this boy, the two of them, they went to school, and one of them just came home one day crying, and the father said, what's the matter? He said, oh, there's this boy every day when they're going home, the boy will always tease him that, oh, you're so chubby, you're fat. And the father said, then what did you do? He said, nothing. The father said, I didn't grow up like that. When next he tells you that, give him a good knock. And we're not encouraging the children to be nasty, but it is part of growing up.
Exactly.
So the next time this boy saw this little boy and said, the boy said, who are you talking to? I said, I'm like, that boy got so scared.
Exactly.
After then, he stopped it.
Exactly.
So what we're
And
trying
I
to say
believe-
today is that,
Yes.
please, you children, if you're watching this show, don't feel less important.
Yes.
We don't want you to tell yourself that, somebody's talking to me, that I'm not good enough, so I'm going to go commit suicide. Don't do that.
And also talk to someone, talk to your teachers,
Yes.
talk to your friends,
Exactly.
talk
Your
to your
parents.
parents,
Yeah.
because it's not good to keep it inside.
Yes.
Another
It's
way
not.
of bullying and teasing also is with kids going to school with different clothes. They don't wear uniforms anymore. Most
Exactly.
kids wear, expensive shoes,
Yes,
expensive
yes,
clothes, and the
yes.
poorer kids, how are they going
Yes.
to adapt to such things? They tease them, they bully them, and laugh at them. Personally, if you ask me, I think most kids when you go to school wear uniforms, so that
Exactly.
takes away.
But
all
don't
this.
forget, the
Exactly.
society that we live in here,
Yeah.
most of the schools, like the government schools, don't wear uniform.
Yes.
But I think
It's
what
all
they
about-
do in some of those schools, they encourage them to wear like a jean bottom,
Yes.
and they now have a top, a t-shirt, a particular color. But then, even if you're wearing different colors, what you're wearing today is not what you're going to wear tomorrow.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
you can be poor today, but you're growing up,
Oh,
you're in
yes.
school, you're going to be a different
Exactly.
person tomorrow.
But
Exactly.
I don't
it limits all this teasing
Yes,
and
it
laughing at
does.
the poorer kids. I
Exactly.
think
Then
they
the
all wear
parents,
same
the
clothes.
parents now
I am
has a
really-
role to play
Yes,
there.
I
I'm
know.
really
You have
grateful.
to.
I love schools with uniform because growing up back home,
Yes,
that is it.
yes.
And for me, I had to, I worked so hard to get my children into schools that wear uniform.
Yes,
And
yes.
you have to wear the same thing Monday to Friday, and on weekends, you can wear anything.
Yes,
I
yes.
wish our school system will all turn back to uniform. But you know what is going on? The companies that make those clothes lobby the schools,
Yes.
so that they shouldn't even.
It's
go
not
to
everywhere. I mean,
uniform.
there's some countries where they wear uniform. There's some
Yes,
countries where
but
they
they can't.
don't. Like,
Yeah.
where we come from, we have the uniform
Oh,
thing.
definitely.
You know, most of the schools. So
Yeah.
I think every school, they
Yes.
all wear uniforms. But like in the society where we live here, not every school wear uniform. But even
Yes.
at then, I think the parents should play a lot of role in
Yes,
this
it's
bullying
letting
thing.
their
When your
children-
child comes to you that he or she is being bullied, don't magnify. Don't go to the principal or
Yes.
begin to go to a psychologist. Encourage the
You
child.
a psychologist.
Why? It's part of growing up.
Too.
It's
And
not
let me
bad.
tell
They
you-
do.
Something just
Then as if the
Exactly.
child is being
Yeah.
emotionally, the
Yes.
child is emotionally down.
This is
the
a
child
different. This is a different
Era.
This is a different era.
Yeah.
Kids are not as strong as we used to be.
Then you have to put it in them. You have to educate them. You have to teach them.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, you can teach
But
them.
I believe
you
that
know.
if somebody looked at you and said think that they have something to say about you, look at them closely. There is something they are hiding. Anyone that goes always and trying to bring other people down, there is definitely something that they're hiding, and there is definitely something to say about them. Look at them closely. Don't go crying to mama or papa and the principal and say, oh, they're bullying me. No, no, no. It's part of growing up. You're gonna
And
see
you know,
that.
for schools that wear, all this, clothing, there are a program called swapping. Like, parents come together to swap clothes, especially those that are from, not so, well-doing families. They swap clothes, before the school year starts, and the children can have enough clothes for
Another thing that I'm going to suggest is, just like I said earlier, is that the school principals or the administrators of the schools, maybe you should pick a particular color. Like, I think there's some schools in some communities, some areas that I know that, like, they wear jean bottom, and they have like a blue t-shirt, a brown t-shirt, red t-shirt. You can pick out that. So when they do that, you find out that the students will be wearing the same thing, all week long. So nobody's going to be saying, I'm wearing a RAHWLadies, while the other one is wearing something from
Target.
Payless or Target.
This is
I'm not
just-
saying these things.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
yes,
those clothes are bad.
Yes.
Sometimes some people say, "Oh, I'm wearing this designer. Which designer are you
Yes.
wearing?" So if
I
the
know.
administrators
Some
or the
kids'
principals
sneakers
are-
is like $200.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. The
I don't even
sneakers
wear
really
I don't
get
even
to
wear
me.
Yeah, the
$200.
sneakers
Yes.
are so expensive.
Very
The
expensive.
basketball
I
sneakers.
remember.
I think what
No,
the parents
yeah.
should educate their children is what you have. You should be contented.
Exactly.
I think it's all about contentment.
It's not easy to say
It's
that
not
as a
easy.
kid.
As a
I mean,
kid,
I have,
yes,
I have
no, no.
kids that
Yes.
like you don't understand. You do not understand. This is a different time. I mean, I've heard
Yes.
that over and over again.
Over.
The kids don't think the way we think.
Yes,
When we were
yes,
thinking,
yes.
our life back then is different from the life now. But in the end, I still think that every kid, if you're teased, you can fight back. You don't need to go kill yourself. I mean, with the
Exactly.
internet age now, with the technology age now, people hear it. People talk about it, stop teasing, stop. Let's not look at it that way. Let's laugh back at the face of the teaser,
Yes.
and they'll feel stupid. I mean,
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just
So
part
let's
of
put a
growing
stop
up.
to
It's part of
bullying.
growing up.
Yes.
Yes.
Even though it's
Yeah.
part of growing up, but speak up for yourself.
Yes.
Stand strong. Stay strong.
Yes.
Exactly.
Have
tell someone.
the maximum communication with your
Yes.
parents, your
Yes.
mother, your father, your big brother. Be a big brother. Be a big sister.
Yes.
And to anyone that complains.
Can I
about
ask you,
bullying.
ladies, a question now? So, what about these people who are going around, like they're doing a campaign? I sometimes I watch on television and I see some people come up and say, "Oh, I'm going around teaching people about, how they can cope with bullying and all that."
I don't
Do
see
you
anything.
want to encourage them to continue, or they should stop? Because by them doing it, to me, I feel that they are magnifying this word
Yeah.
bullying. I don't know what you guys think.
You know, like I said, with the age, with the
Yeah.
technology, with the thing that's going on in our society now, things have changed. It
Yes,
helps. It
yes,
doesn't-
yes.
I think educating the kids, to tell them
It's
to
so
stop.
good.
It
Yeah.
depends on what you're actually educating.
It's about
people.
creating awareness,
Exactly.
telling people to stop. Bullying is wrong, teasing is wrong, but how do you handle it?
Is the
something
question.
Well, then I still don't agree with you, Cynthia. Yes, teasing is wrong, but it's not going to stop.
No, it is
Some
not gonna
children
stop.
will not stop teasing another child.
No, it is not
They won't
gonna
stop. It's not
stop,
going to
yes.
stop. So the thing is that how do you want them to cope with it? I think that's the line that we should educate them. Because if you say teasing should stop, then they're going to grow
You can
up
never stop. It's like stop
can't
really.
stop.
Cannot
It's never
stop.
stop
Yeah,
it, but what
yeah.
I'm saying is this: have someone like
Yeah.
your mother, your father, your sister, your brother. Talk to someone. Talk to your teacher. If
Exactly,
you cannot
yes.
take
Talk
it,
to your
Yes.
older brother,
Talk to
older
your
sister,
sister,
friend.
Yeah.
Somebody, yeah.
and
Fight
for
back.
you,
Yes.
if they talk to you, be a big sister, a big brother.
Yes.
Try to educate them more
Yes.
and encourage them to stand up.
Exactly,
And
and
if-
listen to them,
Yes.
and don't, try to make them feel like, some people might laugh and say, oh, you've been, no, just listen to them because it's a serious issue that the children are facing in school, and
And,
that's
yeah.
not good. It's hard enough in school, and you coming to be bullied again, you'll not be able to have a
And,
good
and
level.
also, if you're watching this program as a young person, and you don't have anybody to talk to, email us.
Yes.
We're here for you. We will talk to you, right, ladies?
Yes.
We'll talk to you, but we want you to see it as part of life, part of growing up. It's not a big deal. God has created you specially. You're
Yes.
beautiful the way you are, no matter how you are. I keep feeling that God has created every one of us uniquely, beautifully,
Yes.
and He has something He wants to do with you.
Yes.
So don't feel less important.
Yes.
You know, so today we want to believe that our viewers have enjoyed our program.
Thank you so much for listening
Yes,
to this.
yes.
We talk about everything and anything. So
Yes.
if you have any comments on what we just discussed about,
Yeah.
let us know.
Let us know. So till we see you next week. If you're a child watching out there, don't feel less important. Don't feel that you are being bullied and you want to go do anything stupid.
Yeah.
Because you are very important, and the
Yes.
parents will know you're going to do your best.
Yes.
This is the RAHWLadies, where we talk about everything and anything. Till we see you next week.
Bye-bye. Stay tuned.